Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea, hope you're all good. So this is the first video I'm shooting since getting back from America, doing the NAMM show and hanging out in LA with my dudes, Rob, Matt, Dan, Max, and all the other people that I was hanging out with at the NAMM show. I made a little travel vlog / visit to the NAMM show video, which is in the description box if you haven't seen it yet. But basically, this video is in relation to that because, as some of you may be aware, I picked up a new guitar when I was over there. Me, Matt and Rob decided we'd take a trip over to Norman's Rare Guitars, and I've never been there, but I've seen the YouTube channel and the Instagram page, and Rob was like, we have to go, you'll leave with a guitar if you go. I was dubious, but lo and behold, I left with a guitar. And if you don't know, I picked up a I say brand new, it's well old, but it's my new Gibson Les Paul Custom. It's a 1971 Gibson Les Paul Custom. I'm so happy with this find. Let me show you. So this is it. This is my 1971 Gibson Les Paul Custom. It has seen some wear and tear, to be fair to it. If you've seen the video, you know a bit about it already, but for those who haven't, basically this has had a neck break. It didn't snap off, or the headstock or anything, but it had a split neck that's been repaired at some point in its life. I'll do close-up so you can see all those bits and details. It also had a refret. I'm not sure when, but at some point, and I need to take it to get it sort of the frets sort of leveled, because there's a few buzzy frets, but it's nothing too serious, just a little bit here and there. And someone had changed the tuners on it. So basically, I've done a couple of modifications. Firstly, I got myself some Gibson Clusen style tuners that you see on some of the Gibson Les Pauls, the gold ones, because I just think it looks better on the Les Paul Custom headstock, personally for me. And I also, originally I was looking for a 78 because that's what I used at Middle Farm when recording the Toska album. If you haven't seen that, there's a documentary about that in the description box, where I used a 78 Les Paul that belonged to the owner of Middle Farm, Pete Miles, and I fell in love with it, and since then I haven't really been able to get one off my mind. So my original intention was to find a 78 because I knew that guitar played and sounded the way I kind of envisaged a Les Paul, because as most of you may know that I've spoke about in past, I don't really get along with Les Pauls, or I haven't done. For some reason I just find them hard to play. There's a fight in them, and I'm used to the fight that you get from like a Fender Strat. But some of you will know what I mean. There's a fight and it fights back, and I'm just not used to the Les Paul fight. So but anyway, so I tried the 78 and I was loving that, and I could get along with it, so that's why I went to look for one. And I rang Norman's earlier on that day when we were out in LA and said, do you have any 78s? They said, no, I'm really sorry, we don't. We'll give you a shout. Rob wanted to go anyway, so we decided to go down, and within about 20 minutes before we arrived, this came in. And it's a 71, so I had no idea what I was looking at, but I tried it and I fell in love straight away. But going back to the modifications, as you might be able to see on the close-up cam, I got some of the top hat knobs that you'd find on a 1978 Les Paul and other models, because I just think they look better than the sort of witch hat knobs that were on the 71. And I've taken off the little treble and rhythm disc. It's just things that I wanted to change about it, and this kind of is how I want it to look now. Anyway, there's the 71 Les Paul. I couldn't be happier. What else can I tell you about it? I don't know, it's just badass. It's got so much vibe. I've been acquainted with it a little while now. I got back a few days ago and I've been sat upstairs. I haven't plugged it in, I've just been sat upstairs, unplugged, noodling away, getting used to it, just getting used to the feel. And I really like it. So I finally have a Les Paul. I finally have a Gibson Les Paul, and the main reason for getting one is for the studio, because every time I've done a recording with any band I've been in, we've always used a Les Paul in recording, and it's made it sound so much better. As a thickener, as a single note sort of line thing for the bass or whatever, it's just added an extra layer of awesomeness to the sound. And tried and tested every single time we've done it, it sounded better. So that's why I wanted one for my own studio setup and for the guitar collection, because it's important when I go to a studio and record with any band I'm in, that I've got the tones that I know work in my head, that are going to work for the guitar sounds that I want. Hence the Strats, the Telly, and the Les Paul. So apart from a Gretsch Penguin, I think that's probably everything. The Gretsch thing is a separate thing. Anyway, enough chatter. Hope you enjoy this video. There's going to be loads of tones going on now, and yeah, welcome to the Famalam. So there you go, there's some tones with this Les Paul. I'm in love, I think it's great. I don't know why 70s Les Pauls get a bit of stick, I'm not sure. I don't know enough about that, but a lot of people say they're not the best era because of the pancake body construction and all that, and the maple tops. I think this has got a maple top. But I think it sounds sick. So let me know what you think it sounds like in the comment section below. And yeah, I will see you all very soon.